A wonderful Sunday to all the crypto and trading friends out there. Today we're going to cover two things. I have an airdrop for you that you can check out. You can participate in it. And we'll also take a look at a new trader that I've just analyzed. As you can see, one position is currently a bit in the loss, but I have more positions, so I will definitely be taking these as well. I'll explain why I'm going to do it this way in the video with a live analysis for you so you can see how I do it. For anyone who doesn't know, you can find this exact trading strategy on my channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And then I recommend the following to you again, 100% passive income on autopilot. This is truly a trading strategy that I use on Bitget. And all of this is in the spot market without me having any headaches at all. You can also see here in the last video I shared that a $150,000 trading bot is waiting to be claimed and the others are still running at the moment. You can find the full analysis of the $150,000 trading bots in my previous video. But now let's move on to SUI before we take a look at the airdrop. As you can see, the airdrop for this token, ASTER. This token has actually gained 2,051% in the last 7 days. This is exactly that token, and this is a platform that I'll walk you through similar to Hyperliquid. You can connect your MetaMask wallet here and then trade, and in this case also receive an airdrop. The crazy thing here is that you have the option to actually use leverage of up to 1,001 times. But all of this is provided in advance. I want to show you that later. Maybe we'll even do a live trade with 1,000 times leverage. That will be really, really exciting because I haven't done that myself yet, and maybe that'll be something for the next trade we do together. But now let's talk about SUI. I'm currently in a long position, a small one, which I'm going to take because of the 0.618 Fibonacci level. Exactly as I always show in my videos, the way I approach it, because the first trade here, we moved from this bearish sequence we had going down into a bullish sequence, had a small retest here at this 0.5 level, and in this case, we reached the take profit. I want to remove this now so it doesn't get too confusing, and now I want to show my analysis. Why and for what reason I'm taking this small trade here. We have the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, and if I now look at the one-day liquidation heat map for SUI, we have massive liquidity here lying directly below us. This means that since this morning, an incredible amount of long positions have been coming in here, but they are very risky, yes, with high leverage, and their liquidations are just below here, down to $3.61, or rather $3.60. Now I've set my stop loss so that I'm just below that, so just below these wicks, as you can see here. I want to show that again. My stop loss is set a bit below here, in case we dip down here again. So let's analyze first. If this trade doesn't work out, it's no problem at all. It's just a small risk position. You see here? That's where I entered, right here. There's another one waiting, and maybe I'll even open another one. You can see all the trades, yes, the ones I've shared with you recently. There are still a few open here as well. I also have some open on Bitget. There, the positions are a bit larger. But what's the deal with this second trade here? Why do I have a position down here, even though it's not within my Fibonacci range? Meaning it's not part of this trading strategy, why do I have a position down here? The reason is when I look at the liquidation heat map, for example, on the 2-week chart, and you know why? Both with my trading bot and here, if you look at my Ethereum position, why I have a position set at $4,140 for Ethereum, it's so that my current position, which is now about $20,000 in profit, can be scaled up again. Because at the moment, on higher liquidation timeframes, there is plenty of liquidity below us. That covers 2 weeks to a month. And you can see that here, on the 2-week liquidation heat map for SUI, the liquidity is roughly between $3.42 and $3.30. Yes, around that range. And my entry point in this case would be at $3.43 at the current moment. Unless that changes, but that's how I would plan it in advance for now. What else would fit in well here? I'll use the Fibonacci retracement again now because before I include that, I want to show you something else. This downtrend has been broken. Now, in this case, if I take this upwards, we've broken through this high here to the upside, specifically this one. But we've also broken through this last smaller high to the upside. But it was only very weak. So if I zoom in here now, what we increased here, this high, wasn't significant and was only in the candle wick. For this reason, because it wasn't so strongly confirmed, I have a small position here that I'm risking. But since we might now be entering a trend reversal due to the new higher highs and higher lows, I proceed as follows. Even though we've already had a situation before where a position moved into profit here, I still draw it again from the very bottom to the very top. And now you can see that not only does the liquidation heat map have a cluster down here in this area, take a look at this. If I now really draw it from the very bottom to the current, very top, you can see that at my 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, there is not only a potential entry from a trading strategy perspective, but also from the liquidation heat map, making it a very, very valid entry. However, I have set my stop loss a bit lower here at $3.33, which I might need to adjust. I'll have to see how much further it might go down, but currently the liquidity extends down to $3.35. This is the trade that I will definitely be entering now. And then also, as you can see, it's simply 10 times the position size of the one below compared to the upper trade here. And maybe we'll take it out now, grab another high, and then we have the profits and maybe go down later. But this trade here, this second one, I want to make it clear once again how exactly this looks. That would be the 0.618 here, which is very interesting because the $3.54 in this case, that's really not that interesting. We do have a small cluster here. Maybe we'll pick that up as well. What would fit in there again? Exactly this candle wick. I want to take a closer look at what happens here. Then we could trade the 0.5 Fibonacci. As I said, this is a risk trade now, but the second one here will become very, very valid for me. That means 0.5 possibly, depending on how much liquidity builds up here. But the 0.42 is super interesting because of the liquidity and because of the Fibonacci retracement we have here. Otherwise, nothing else is happening with Ethereum for now. I'm also short on Ethereum, as you can see. That's also what I shared in the last videos. My short position, which is still open here, is currently in profit. I can also extend this a bit here. And this short is really just there to reach my long target down here. Shortly before that, it will be closed and then my long position will start. And again, this Ethereum trade, just like many others at the current time, especially on the 1 month liquidation heat map, has an incredible area when it comes to liquidation clusters. There are billions lying here. Take a look at this. When I hover over it with the mouse, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. That's billions here. I don't think we're going to leave that on the table. That's why I have my position here as well. But as promised, let's move on to the airdrop now. A very exciting coin. What is ASTER? ASTER is actually a decentralized trading platform similar to what you might know from Hyperliquid. Do you know Hyperliquid? If not, take a look at it. If we look at the market cap, Hyperliquid actually made it to 11th place among all coins, so it really took off. Also started with an airdrop, similar to what ASTER is doing now. And if you just use the 7-day filter here, you can see ASTER's incredible performance. So how can you participate? I've put a link for you to ASTER in the video description. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you use my link to sign up, because all the commissions that come in now would normally go directly to the platform if you just register there. ASTER, so they earn from it. If you use the link in the video description, then both of us will each get 5% of the trading fees that are generated. That means either the platform gets everything or both of us can benefit from it. Of course, I'd be happy if you use it. And ASTER, as you can see here, you can go to perpetual. You have your MetaMask wallet connected and can then make your trades with it. You deposit something here first. So you transfer it here with a deposit, get it via the BNB chain or whatever you have on your MetaMask wallet, and then transfer it here and can trade with it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, there's even up to a 1001 times leverage. That's a 1001 times leverage. It's really crazy what's possible here. You can see I could even trade now with my BNB that are on the wallet. But even if I take 0.01 now, I don't know. I can't see it here. The liquidation price here is 115,594. That's extremely, extremely, extremely tight. What the liquidation would be here with these leverages. Of course, you can also do a little less. Then the liquidation price down here will adjust. 5,518. It would be very, very interesting, what I don't know. And I have to say that we can quickly test it with 0.01. I'll say now, let's go to what do we have here? Maybe a small downline and let's just test it now. I want 300% profit, okay? Please don't try this yourself. This is something really risky. I haven't done it myself yet, but I want to collect points for the airdrop. That's why I'm checking it out going in now. I hope it doesn't access my remaining balance. But as you can see here, I'm really only sending the 0.01 BNB there. I'm going to test it now. Maybe I'll get lucky and have a positive trade. You can see here, now it's open. P&L, that's going to fluctuate really quickly now. I would really only do this with Bitcoin. But honestly, guys, this is not a recommendation. This is pure gambling if you're trading with a 1001 times leverage. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, in the meantime, I'll explain the airdrop to you. There's an opportunity here for the airdrop. If you connect, you have to do a bit of trading. There are a few other things you need to do so that you can later claim your tokens. That is the ASTER tokens. This will run until the 17th of October, so just under a month left. You can also see all the individual cycles here, how things will continue. And you can also see here that it will go on until 2026, yes, and how all the individual ASTER will be evaluated. So you earn APX tokens here and can then exchange them for ASTER. Now, until the 1st of October, for one APX, you get one ASTER. The longer you participate, yes, the less an APX token will be worth. But right now, it's still a bit of fun. You can get a little something out of it. And then we'll see how things continue here. Now let's take a look at my 1001 times leverage position and see what it's doing. Basically, not much. It's still in the negative right now. The market is also very, very quiet at the moment. What you can do here is set in advance how many percent you want to automatically take as profit. Right now, it's set to 300%. I could also set it to none, or of course, I can manually close my position at any time if it's sufficiently in profit, right? I'll keep an eye on it for a bit longer, but I think that's basically it for the video. I've shared everything there is to share. You can actually connect ASTER to pretty much any external wallet out there. I use MetaMask now, but there are a few others as well. If you want to join in, I'd appreciate it if you use my link. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on this video, maybe drop a few comments, and we'll see each other again next time.